Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm applause for Coach T. Mahano. Good morning.
Good morning, and welcome back.
How are you
Good
today?
Morning, ladies. I'm absolutely fantastic. It's good to join you guys this morning, and good morning to the listeners.
Amen.
As well. And for everyone that is listening today, if you are also on our socials, you can catch, we are going live on our Facebook page on Hope Alive radio station. So you can catch today's conversation on the air on Facebook, because
last week we couldn't go live because Eskom showed us who's boss.
Yeah, so yes, catch us live on our Facebook page as we wrap up our conversation about ending the year strong, about rising and grinding, and welcoming back our very lovely guest for the past 2 weeks on the Tuesday seat. Like, it's been an eye-opener. So the first week we covered about ending the year strong. Last week we covered, is it too late to actually start over? And we learned a whole lot of things about it's never too late to start over. It is never too late to actually say that, you know what, let me end the year strong. You know, I started off on a high note, I can still end it on a high note. And we covered so many of those aspects, and hopefully and pray that our podcast will be up very soon before we end of the year. And today we are rising and grinding.
Yeah, definitely.
Most definitely. And so basically, what does it mean when we are speaking about the rise and grind?
All right. So the rise and grind has everything to do with, rising early in the morning to chase your goals and your dreams. One of the things that I often find most with people is that we set these goals, but our daily activities don't align with the goals and the vision boards that we have. So rise and grind is about setting the plan, but also setting the systems that will ensure that every morning you are engineering your life in a way that it's guaranteeing you to succeed. I always say to my coaching clients, success is predictable if you have the right systems in place. And rising and grind is about putting the systems in place that help you predict the energy levels that you can start your day with. Most of us are, trialing and erroring our days. You wake up and you'll see how you wake up in the morning, right?
Yeah.
You'll see what mood you wake up, and some people will say, hey, today it seems like you woke up on the wrong side of bed.
Yeah.
So we don't want that experience for our clients. We want you to make sure that every day you have put the systems in place to ensure that every day you can guarantee a certain level of success in your day. And that has to do with the systems that you put in place, the attitude that you approach those systems, and making sure, again, you've got the right accountability structures.
When I hear structure and about planning your day, I feel like you are telling me I should have a routine each and every morning. The whole, I need to wake up at 5 a.m. and have my devotion and so forth. In as much as you are putting that out to me, isn't routine a bit boring? Because I feel like I'll be living from step 1. If I don't do this by 8, everything is just thrown off balance.
Yeah. So routine is vital in the sense that it's one of the things a lot of people are dealing with, a lot of anxiety, right? Because everything is up to chance.
Yeah.
So the importance of routine is that it creates some level of predictability towards your day. You need to at least start your day in a predictable manner, because once you get out there's so many unknown variables. Do you understand? So you want to make sure that how you start and end your day, you are in full control of that. Is it boring? Absolutely not, if you put the right systems in place. You don't have to follow the same routine every morning, but you must make sure that the routine delivers the same outcome. And that outcome is that you're energized, right? You're mentally engaged and ready to solve the problems that you're going to face, and that you've received enough personal investment in yourself to be able to have the energy to sustain yourself throughout the day. So it doesn't have to be the same thing. The boring part is most of the time people make it the same thing, but you can mix and match, but the outcome must be the same. Like, for instance, there's days where my morning routine will consist purely of praise and worship, because in that season of my life, that's what's giving me the most energy to face the situations that I'm facing. Some routines will include meditation, reading certain books, studying the word, or listening to certain podcasts. But what I make sure is that the routine is there, because I need the outcome to definitely be there.
Yeah. Okay. I get that, and I did it for like, I think I tried it for 2 weeks or so. So I was trying to go back into exercising, the whole exercising. So I was like, you know what? I know my times. Like normally I would know what 5 o'clock till 6 o'clock. This is what I need to be doing. So I started this routine. So I was like, okay. So I took my calendar on my phone, and instead of having like the full blown calendar, I was like, let me break it down into the time intervals. And I'm like, okay, this is the time that I wake up. So every 10 minutes just before the top of the hour, my alarm clock would actually remind me, look, it's now time to do such and such and such and such. In as much as it was the same thing, like for like 2 weeks max, I found myself like, but then do I really need an alarm clock? Do I actually need those reminders again to remind me of things I actually need to be doing? How important is it to like have those certain reminders to say like, oh no, get 5, it's time for you to hit the gym. It's 6 o'clock, it's time for you to do your meditation and so forth. How important is it to have those time reminders basically to remind you of your basic routine?
It's fundamentally important. Remember, we all have 24 hours in a day,
Yes.
right? The successful, the unsuccessful, all of us get the same time. So the key thing is how we utilize that time. Now, why reminders are important is that it allows you to block out time and fully be present in what you're doing, right? Most of us, when we're doing a certain task, we're busy worrying about the task to come, or we stuck in the mind of, I should have done that a little bit better.
Yeah.
But when you have reminders, when the time comes for me to deal with the next thing, the reminder will be in place.
Yes.
It will remind me of that. And the truth of the matter is that we forget. Life gets so busy. You get consumed with so many other things. I'm terrible when it comes with diaries. I'm terrible when it comes with schedules. So what I've done is that we've actually hired someone who takes care of that part of my life. And they send me reminders. There's pop-ups that come onto my phone all the time. Because I tried the diary thing, but then I just never look at the diary.
Exactly.
It just sits there.
Exactly. And then I tried, having apps on my phone, but they weren't effective, So when I've got a schedule, I've got someone, because I'm a conversationalist. So literally she on the hour would be like, this is what you need to do. This is what's coming up next. This is the coaching schedule for the day. All of those things help me maximize my time. And then when I'm present, when I'm here, I don't need to worry about the next thing. I give this my undivided attention. It's the same as with studying. It's so important to block out your study time and set periods for certain subjects, because what that allows you to do is not to focus on I need to do accounting next, will I have enough time? No, you've blocked this time out for maths. Focus on maths, make sure that you maximize that time, and then when the reminder comes, you switch off and you deal with the next thing. And that's how you're able to also do a lot of things with a short period of time. Right? Block it out and make sure when you've blocked out time for a certain particular task, that's all you focus on in that moment.
So, Coach, this morning, like I normally wake up at 5 and I do
5 a.m. club.
5 a.m. and I do my prayers and everything. But this morning I could not wake up. So I just feel like my day is messed up because I didn't do my normal routine that I normally do. I set the tone for my day and I command my day and so forth. But now I don't know whether I'm coming or going. So what are the disadvantages of not having a routine?
The disadvantages is that you don't know whether you're coming or going. You've got no set structure. The other main disadvantage, and this is so vital, is you don't know when to course correct. And most of us, we wake up too late. Right? Most people analyze the year in December.
Correct.
It's too late. The year is gone. But if you had systems, you would be able to check. I always say to my students, all right, we have a plan for the week, but Wednesday you check, you assess. Am I still on the plan? Am I still achieving what I need to achieve? Or is there course correcting that needs to take place? I like making this example. Imagine being a sports coach, right? And at halftime, you come, your team is losing 2-0, and then you don't have a conversation with them. You tell them to just go back up there. And then at the end of the game, you want to have a 2-hour session on what they did wrong. That was not effective. You should have had that conversation during halftime. So the biggest thing about not scheduling, not preparing, not planning is that you'll course correct too late.
Sure. So the best time to analyze your life per se, is it maybe in the middle of the year around June, and not necessarily wait for the end of the year and do a stock take and say, no, I should have done this better and so forth?
frequency is so important when it comes to reflection. All right, there's certain things, depending on the goal, depending on what you're trying to achieve, it doesn't even make sense to wait for 6 months. Some things you need to analyze as the day unfolds. You know, let's look at your emotions, for instance. You can't wait for 6 months of the year to go by to analyze your emotional state. You understand? Are you okay? You could have done so much damage on your life by the time you get to June. So certain things require regular frequency, like your emotions, like your daily activities. How are you investing your time and your energy? Is your energy management correct according to the plans that you've set? Then when it comes to your major goals, you know, that you can look at, you know, every month. I always say, have a monthly target. All right, you have your main goal, but break it down into 12 steps to say, okay, step 1, by January I need to be here, by Feb I need to be here, March I need to be there, so that you can quickly, again, course correct. We don't control everything.
Yes.
Life throws us curveballs all the time.
Most definitely.
But you can't let the curveballs pile up. So that by the time you reflect, you've had 10 curveballs and they've totally swayed you astray. The other important thing about reflecting is that it keeps you on the course, right? Not every opportunity is a God opportunity, and not every God opportunity is an opportunity for you.
Yeah, true.
Now, if you don't have a plan and you're not sticking to the plan, you'll take every opportunity that comes. And a lot of us end up then being distracted, and you get to a point where you're so overcommitted. You're like, I'm busy, I'm helping everybody else. I said yes to this, yes to that, yes to that. But 6 months down the line, you realize, but you haven't achieved anything you said you wanted to achieve for yourself. Because opportunity came. But opportunity can be a distraction if it's not aligned to your plan. Hi champions, thank you so much for watching our content. Remember to leave us a like if you like the content. Make sure you drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you, and make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on the next videos. And hey, make sure you share this with your friend. Let's impact the world together. So thank you so much champions. See you next week.